I used to think there would always be time. Time to explain myself. Time to say sorry properly. Time to sit across from my mother and tell her what I never knew how to say when it mattered. I believed that silence was harmless. That if I didn't speak, nothing would break. I was wrong. My mother was not a loud woman. She didn't raise her voice often. She didn't demand attention. She loved quietly. Dear listeners, before I began telling this complicated story of my life, I ask you to support my channel, subscribe, leave a like, and write the comment which city you are listening from. This is very important for us. And now enjoy listening the kind of love that wakes up before everyone else. That remembers how you like your tea. That folds your clothes the same way every time, even when your drawers are already full. Growing up, I thought that kind of love would always be there. Like air, like gravity. Something you don't notice until it's gone. When I was a child, she used to sit on the edge of my bed at night. Not every night. Just often enough that it felt normal. She would smooth my hair back with her hand and ask simple questions. Did you eat enough today? Did anything make you sad? Are you worried about something? Most nights, I said no, not because I wasn't worried, but because I didn't know how to explain the feelings inside me. I learned early that my mother carried a lot already. Bills, responsibilities. Worries she never spoke out loud. So I stayed quiet. I thought I was helping. As I grew older, the distance between us didn't come from anger. It came from misunderstanding. She wanted to know me. I wanted to protect myself. When I made mistakes, I hid them. When I struggled, I smiled. She noticed, of course. Mothers always do. But she never forced the truth out of me. She waited. That was her way. The first time I truly hurt her, I was already an adult. It wasn't something dramatic. No shouting. No cruel words. Just a decision I made without telling her. I moved away for work. Farther than she expected. Farther than she was ready for. I told her a week before I left. She nodded. Said she was proud of me. But I saw it in her eyes. She wasn't angry. She was surprised. And maybe a little lonely already. That night, she cooked my favorite meal. She packed leftovers for the road. She slipped some money into my bag, even though I told her not to. I didn't hug her long enough. I told myself I'd visit soon. Life got busy. Work, friends, responsibilities. I called her, but not often enough. I listened, but not deeply enough. Sometimes she tried to tell me things. About her health. About her days feeling quieter. About neighbors I barely remembered. I responded with short answers. I'm sure you're fine. Don't worry so much. I'll call you later. Later became a habit. There was a conversation we never finished. She had asked me once, softly, "Are you happy?" I laughed it off, changed the subject. What I didn't say was that I was lost, that I felt like I was failing quietly, that I didn't know who I was becoming. I thought telling her would worry her, so I stayed silent. Again, the last time I saw her, she looked smaller, not physically, something else, like she was taking up less space in the world. She smiled when she saw me. That familiar smile that tried to hide everything. We sat together in the living room, the same room I grew up in. She asked if I was eating well, if I was sleeping enough. I noticed how her hands shook slightly when she held her cup. I noticed, but I said nothing. There was something heavy in my chest that day. An apology trying to rise. For being distant. For not calling enough. For choosing silence over honesty. But I swallowed it. I thought there would be another visit. Another chance. 2 months later, I got the call. It was early morning. The kind of call that changes your body before your mind catches up. She had collapsed in her kitchen. They said it was quick. They said she didn't suffer. I held my phone and felt something inside me shatter quietly. At the funeral, people told me stories. How kind she was. How she listened. How she helped without being asked. I smiled and nodded. Inside, my mind kept replaying one sentence. I'm proud of you. She had said it so many times. And I had never said what I should have said back. I'm sorry. Sorry for the distance. Sorry for the silence. Sorry for assuming love didn't need words. After she was gone, I found a box in her closet. Old letters, photos, small keepsakes. At the bottom was something folded carefully. A note, my name written in her handwriting. Inside, it said, I know you don't say much. That's okay. I love you anyway. I sat on the floor and cried for the first time in years. Not loudly, just quietly, the way she would have cried. I realized then that silence had not protected her. It had only kept her guessing. And silence had not protected me either. It had stolen my chance to say the words that mattered. Now, when I think of her, I don't just remember her voice. I remember what I never said. The apology I kept from my mother. If I could go back, I wouldn't be braver in big ways. I would be braver in small ones. Longer hugs. Honest answers. Words spoken before fear could stop them. And if you are listening right now, if there is someone you love who feels a little distant, a little quiet, please don't wait. Say the words. Because love understands many things, but it cannot hear what is never spoken.